I mean, we've all heard the phrase, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
I want to see the warrant.
You just gotta see how they're gonna come in.
They don't want to show us the warrant.
They don't want to show us the warrant.
We have to see the warrant.
Ma'am, you're watching too much movies. We'll show you the warrant when we're done.
No, let's see it. Let's see it. No.
They're taking my husband.
They don't want to show us the warrant.
He's not a killer. He's nothing like that. We have 5 kids. Why?
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Drop the phone! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Don't move! Come back to the side of my door!
I want to see the warrant.
Here's the truth. I said that like Mike Tyson. ICE doesn't need approval from activists screaming at the door. They don't knock politely while criminals slip out the back. You know what they do? They act. Yes, and that's why criminals fit in. And just like ICE protects community, I'll protect myself, and you should too. I know I'm interrupting right now, but you really need to hear this. You know about them spam calls and text messages that you annoyed at getting? Yeah, you want to know why you're getting them? Sit tight, I got you. You see, what's happening is these big tech companies, they're not doing a good job of keeping our data safe. I feel like they're not even trying. Did you know that Bank of America recently had a breach where a vendor mishandled documents exposing customer data like social security numbers? And could you believe that they didn't inform you about this because they felt like it wasn't a good time for them to do it? They waited maybe even a year to inform you. What's also included in that stolen data is full names, addresses, email addresses, your credit card information. And I don't want nobody having that much on me. And this is why I have to bring to your attention the sponsor of today's video, Aura.com. You see, Aura alerts me if my data is ever breached, giving me fast fraud alerts and removes my info from data broker websites to cut down on spam. Aura also offers transaction monitoring, VPN, antivirus protection, parental controls, and identity theft insurance, all in one affordable app. Listen, if my info was ever compromised, I wouldn't even worry about it because I know I got Aura in the back keeping me safe. And this is why I can no longer allow yourself or your family to stay unprotected. So in order to ensure that protection, I'm gonna need you to head over to aura.com/kingdomreacts right now, where you can get your first 2 weeks for free. You heard that right. And I'll do you one better. The link will be in the description waiting on you. Because while ICE is taking heat for doing their job, the streets are telling a different story.
It's unbelievable, guys. This is the problem. I just want to make sure the media understands this is only happening because of these activists. The only reason that CPD is out here wasting all of these resources is because you have leftist activists.
What's about Chicago? This guy
threatened federal agents, said the Second Amendment goes both ways. So this guy threatened federal agents. How many criminals do you want to keep? Rapists, murderers? How many criminals? No, I'm just asking you, seriously. How many criminals do you want in your neighborhood? Are you okay with rapists? Are you okay with murderers? These guys are trying to take criminals out of your neighborhood. What's that? Yes. Well, if you're here illegally. Now you got CPD who can't work with ICE because they're a sanctuary community who's out here dealing with one guy who actually supported, I'm sorry for this guy, he actually supports Trump. He stopped to say he supports us, and unfortunately he got caught up in the middle of it. And now all of these guys are out here. You're wasting tax dollars because these guys started protesting. So you have leftist activist agencies protesting in the street that ends up bringing out CPD. That's the reason this is happening. You're wasting all of these resources because you have leftist activists pretending like they care about their community, protecting criminals in their community. That's what's happening. So the same guys that want to abolish the police, call the police. It's unbelievable, guys. These are the enemies within that we're really battling against. God bless you guys for your service. I wish you guys could do your job.
I'm one of them, so why don't you do something about it?
What's that?
I'm one of them. Why don't you do something about it?
You're one of what?
Whatever you fucking chasing after.
Are you one of what?
Do something.
You're one of what? You're one of what? You're one of what?
Do something.
Well, I'm not the one threatening anyone, sir.
There's a lot of people out here. Please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Go across the street. Okay? There's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, I got you.
We don't want this to escalate.
Yeah,
Okay, please.
I got you.
Thank you.
So again, just to give you guys an update, the only reason CPD is here is because these leftist activists called them. There was an active ICE investigation.
Man, if they would only protect American citizens like this, I mean, we would get so far as a country.
Thank you for your service, sir. There was an active ICE investigation here to pick up a criminal that was wanted on multiple charges. And these guys called the police. How many criminals are you okay with, neighbors? How many criminals? Asking you, how many criminals? How many criminals? How many criminals? Are you okay with rapists? You're okay with murderers? You're okay?
Look at this motherfucker. He's just standing there fucking recording us and you letting him do shit. You protecting him like the little bitch you are.
Just like you are recording everyone, he has every right to record everybody.
Recording y'all doing
it doesn't matter.
He's recording us on purpose. Y'all protecting him.
There is no.
Why you saying you're treating us the same way?
Everybody is recording everyone right now.
Karma is a bitch. Watch it when you get it, bro. Watch when you get it.
Is that a threat? Is that a threat?
No, I said karma. I'm not threatening you, dumb motherfucker.
But I'm just, there is no karma, but you need Jesus. The whole country needs Jesus.
We're all leaving, sir.
I appreciate your service. So, but the only thing is, look at the response by CPD when the Mayor Johnson won't let them work with ICE. If ICE could just go to the jails, you wouldn't have to have this. You wouldn't have to come to the neighborhoods if ICE could just go to the jails. But because they won't let them go to the jails, ICE has to come out here to the neighborhoods, and then you get these activists, leftist activist groups that come out and then call the police. You want to stop this? You don't want ICE in your neighborhoods? Stop being a sanctuary community. Let ICE go to the jails and pick up the criminals in jail. But I'm happy to talk. I want to know how many criminals you guys are okay with. What organization are you guys with? Who's paying you guys to be out here? So these were the first. So these are actually the.
I'm sorry, I can't do nothing but huff and puff every time I see this type of chaos. I mean, you just watched it. The radical left screaming at ICE. Well, this this journalist right here. But also at ICE agents, or federal agents rather, trying to block arrests, trying to turn criminals into victims. They're not fighting for families. They're fighting against law and order. And that's exactly why real Chicagoans are fed up. Which takes us straight into what happened with Pritzker's so-called peacekeepers.
Chicago PD chased down a man behind the wheel of a stolen car. He ditched the vehicle, tried to run, and resisted arrest, but was ultimately taken down. Enter Chester Alexander, who reportedly introduced himself as a peacekeeper at the crime scene. But rather than stepping in to help defuse the situation, he allegedly jumped into the fray. According to a police report, Alexander ignored commands to step back. Instead, he squared up on a cop and started fighting, as you can see. He was arrested for aggravated battery of a police officer. Authorities also say he had 24 ecstasy pills in his pocket. This wasn't his first brush with the law either. Records show Alexander was arrested 5 years ago for armed violence with a deadly weapon and had a warrant issued against him 2 years before that. And he's not the only peacekeeper with a rap sheet. Recently, we reported that another alleged peacekeeper was hit with a first-degree murder charge, accused of taking part in a Louis Vuitton smash and grab, then plowing through a red light in a getaway car and killing a motorist. Just days before that deadly crash, Kellen McMiller was smiling alongside Governor Pritzker at a peacekeeper event, an event meant to showcase the program's success. At the time, McMiller already had open warrants in 4 states and more than a dozen arrests in Chicago.
2 of Pritzker's hand-picked peacekeepers charged with violent crimes. That's the governor's big plan. Replace police with criminals. Meanwhile, ICE is the only group actually taking dangerous people off the streets. See the difference? And when Pritzker got called out, here's how he tried to spin it.
Times. For Donald Trump and the MAGAs in Congress, this is not about fighting crime or about public safety. This is about sowing fear and intimidation and division among Americans. It was about creating a pretext to send armed military troops into our communities. This is about consolidating power in Donald Trump's hands. What he plans to do with that power, now or during the 2026 elections, should worry all of us. When you add to that the Trump administration's effort to label as dangerous free speech critical of him, White House senior staff calling the Democratic Party fascist, the Trump-appointed FCC chair threatening to revoke broadcast licenses and the approval of a merger in order to silence late-night comedians, Trump's threats to jail political opponents. You cannot call this anything except an attack on the Constitution of the United States. But let's also talk about what he's doing to the economy with all these attacks.
Instead of owning up, Pritzker blames Trump, blames Washington, blames anyone but himself. Classic politician move. It doesn't change the fact that ICE is cleaning up the mess that his policies create. Excuse me. And it's not just politicians. Even some local police chiefs are clashing with ICE.
I was shocked. I've never been spoken to by a fellow law enforcement officer in such a way.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says on top of requiring 75% of his department's manpower for crowd control outside of the ICE processing facility in the west suburban city, he was personally, verbally attacked by ICE agents during a protest.
I'm a leader of a department. I know that my office is looking at me for guidance and leadership, and I had to ensure that, I had to stay calm and not engage in such unprofessional behavior.
Chief Mills says he was walking across a skirmish on September 12th, the day this video was shot. He was called multiple expletives by an ICE agent, calling him a coward, accusing him of neglecting his duties during protests that got physical. Mills also telling the I-Team about an incident earlier this week where a pedestrian was hit by a truck near the ICE facility.
Allegedly, a ICE agent struck someone and continued on into their location. And during the course of that, while trying to gather information, there was pepper spray released while my officers right there. They felt the effects of that pepper spray where it altered their vision. They were coughing, and I was on the phone with them, and they had to leave the area so they can decontaminate themselves.
Now, Broadview's mayor has issued a blistering letter to ICE excoriating their actions, saying, quote, Broadview police officers are routinely being exposed to ICE agents' tear gas volleys, forcing them out of action until they recover. Broadview firefighters and ambulance personnel are being exposed. Nearby residents are being exposed. Beleaguered Broadview residents are begging for relief from your center's siege of our neighborhood.
Chief Mills, that is, complains that ICE is too aggressive. But think about that. Aggressive against who? Criminals? I'm not sure the validity of what he's saying either. I don't know, with this everything that's going on, but we're going to try to remain partisan. But somebody wrote down here, DEI hires are used to a certain level of respect. Wow. But again, aggressive against who? Criminals? Because the people ICE is paid to stop. That's a problem. That's exactly what they should be doing. I mean, that's not the problem. I can't even get myself together with all this nonsense. It's not the problem. That's exactly what they should be doing. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm human. However, this brings us here. FA and FO. Yeah. And that's the closer. ICE isn't apologizing, and they shouldn't. From home raids to protesters screaming, to exposing fake peacekeepers, to governors making excuses, ICE stands firm. And every time the left attacks them, it proves one thing: America needs ICE more than ever. So if you made it to the end of this video, let's go ahead and keep it going. Put ICE stands firm, and that will definitely let me know. I really appreciate your support, man. Y'all be safe. Please go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.